That's right. It's fight night. It's Friday night. It's party time. It's the Party Time Podcast. Our reviews will kill you. Coming at you live streaming it. That's right. I am the man they know as Z.
But don't you worry. Daddy's home.
Don't you worry, ladies and gentlemen, because Daddy's here. And he's here to bring you into the weekend with some good cheer. I am joined by the... clearly a fan of owls.
Yes.
He loves all things Hooters. It's the Noob Noob.
Where the hood at?
Yes.
I would keep going, but I get fired for racism.
You would. Clearly he would get fired. Because he loves the Hooters. The band. Nothing else.
Hootie the Blowfish?
Hooter and the Blowfish. Well, that's the Noob Noob. And we have the producer of the year nominated and award-winning. That's right. It is the Scott Keebler.
Nominated but never respected because I can't pick the right screen. Hello once again. It is Friday night and the chat is already rolling. Ron Schrade, Tony Movie Chappie, and Ray Sai. I see you guys already commenting. If you're here, say hello. We look forward to hearing from all of you tonight once again on this Friday.
Love all you party people out there.
With all of you party people. I must say, Z, you are looking fabulous tonight. Just
am I?
so much red in that screen between the eagle and the owl.
Who wins? It's easy, right? If you take a look.
I have that deep red, aggressive, manly red.
Eagle Fang Karate for you folks out there. That's right. I got that Eagle Fang Karate going at you with the claw. Gonna take down that Cobra Kai. But more importantly, maybe at some point we will join the Noob Fu Academy of Kung Fu.
Yes, my special kind of fu. A lot of touching is involved.
Oh, it's a lot of mat work and a lot of touching.
A lot of mat work.
Is it considered a fight style when you just cower in the corner and beg for mercy?
Well, if it works.
You know how every single one of his fight things starts with him on all fours looking forward.
Number one move.
Turned around the wrong way.
Oh, yeah.
Number one move, just shit yourself. No one wants to hit a guy that shit himself.
Oh, geez.
It smells.
How'd you know that?
Well.
Oh, gross.
That's because
irritable bowel syndrome is not happy with me.
Oh.
Noob has fight IBS.
He has fight IBS. Anytime anyone confronts him, he immediately he drops.
I drop my owl droplets.
Yeah, he owl drops. So what are we going to? What do we have going on today?
Is that what we're doing?
Is that what we do? I forget.
Don't we do that?
Well, that's what we do. Noob. What do we have tonight?
Oh
it's only been like 188 episodes.
We've only done. You've only done it 188 times. You still don't know how this goes.
It changes all the time.
Apparently, women are popular, and there's a list of 50 of them. So that's neat. I hope Britney Spears is on it. Space Jam cameos. That movie shouldn't exist. X got it given to him. He dead. Whedon is in trouble again. That's not surprising. Soviet Union. Oh my God, there's a Russian Lord of the Rings and it's free. That sounds fun.
Is it Russian or rushing?
Rushing to the Russian Lord of the Rings.
Rush hour.
Then there's Orc Tales with tree lightning. That sounds suspicious.
Gotta love that tree lightning.
Ravens stealing steaks from Costco customers. Costco customers really need a win because they're at Costco, so the Ravens are just being
They're
dicks.
winning with the Ravens.
Amy Poehler is a squirter, and she got arrested. Maybe. I don't know. She squirted at the law. Is that a story? Maybe. Then we're going to go to a full review of Godzilla VS Kong. We teased it last.
Fully review.
I have already forgotten that it's a thing.
I feel like we are reviewing something that most people will be like, well, that was a thing that happened.
I straight up forgot. I've watched so many things that are better. Irregulars. I don't know what that is other than my bowel movements. And Q Into the Storm. I think that's the Al-Qaeda movie.
I think we already we finally polished it off. And maybe we'll talk about the repercussions.
Al-Qaeda?
Yes.
So, all right. So that's what we're doing tonight. And as always, we're going to start with housekeeping.
Housekeeping? You want me to jerk you off?
What kind of hotel is this?
Good news.
Yes.
Oh, that was a fat finger. Our first thing in housekeeping.
No, go back. No, go back. No, go back. No, go back.
That's because Doc sent us another friendly picture of the whole family telling Noob what they think. Noob, go back.
Go
Is
back,
that-
Noob. No,
How
Noob.
many illegal workers
you
did Doc buy?
Yeah, you should. How many people did he pay off to do that?
How
I don't know.
many people are you have
But
locked
no,
in?
Noob, go back.
Why does that look
They
like
have a whole army of people telling you to F off there, Chief.
that bar looks like that door has prison bars on it? What's going on in that
He
household?
does live in the LA area, so they have to be extra safe there.
Is that a
That's a
thing?
real thing. Yeah, basically
real
every
thing.
house is like
I
that.
thought LeBron James lives in LA and he's safe.
Oh, well, he has paid security,
Oh.
like an army of. You'll see. Well, we won't show it, but it's in the Space Jam 2, his palatial mansion.
So Doc does not have armed security.
Maybe he does. Maybe he's just visiting somewhere. where he got,
Doc doesn't need armed security. You do not mess with the Doc.
that is
Oh my
true. I
God.
doubt Doc needs armed security.
So
Yes.
So we love seeing your fan pics. Doc, thank you very much for that. Rocking the Z hat and the OrkU face mask. I've been rocking the OrkU face mask a lot more lately as I've been getting out more. It actually is rather comfortable and rather convenient as well. And if you have to mask up, you might as well mask up with style. Check it out in the OrkU store. rviewswillkillyou.com/links.
That's
What do you think
right.
of that? That was a plug right there.
That was a plug and a half.
Also in housekeeping, and you just brought this up right before we went live, something about space and Mars
Space.
and rovers.
Not
Did you have
quite the
some-
final
did you have
frontier.
did you have something, or was this just a suggestion?
Oh no, this is just from Ron Trade, another straight up OrkU maniac, giving us some great info, telling us that the Mars helicopter will be taking off on April 11th, and the data will take just like your U.S. postal deliveries, or actually closer to Amazon Prime, within 1 to 2 days. as
Yeah,
of
because
April
if it was USPS, we won't be getting the data for at least a week and a half past the delivery date.
Correct. So there's that. I know that Ron also wants everybody out there to watch The Curse of Oak Island. It seems like it's getting hot. I think they discovered some pottery with some drawings or things on it. They're clearly discovering more artifacts. Hopefully it's not just some other people's trash and they find that big money pit in the sky, because that's what they're looking for, is the money pit.
But they're looking underground. Why would they find it in the sky?
Well, hopefully they don't join DMX and they find it in the ground and not in the sky.
Yes. So there's that.
Oh,
And
ship. He says ship. There's a ship.
There's
They're
a
gonna
ship.
find
They
a
found
ship.
a ship. Oh,
Did they find a ship?
Oh,
Oh.
ship. We'll have to find out.
In the Suez Canal?
And as they say, well, they got rid of that ship in the Suez Canal. That's an old news now. Unlike your colon that's been unblocked. So
I thought it was his mom's vajayjay.
Oh, Jesus.
Does your mom still watch the show?
She watches the short videos more
Oh,
than
okay.
these, yeah.
The ones where you stuff things in your mouth?
Uh-huh. She loves it when I'm shirtless.
hi, Mom.
Yeah.
So, and they say, as they say, what they say, I say, imitation is the best flattery, and we have the best flattery from our best fans, as we have our own playable characters
Oh,
on
Jesus.
the WWE something video game series.
2K20?
DMX would
2K20.
really not like my character.
So, as you
Definitely
see, we have Z the Destroyer, Scott, and Noob as playable characters, and available for you to download
Oh,
as
my
well.
God.
Scott's is great. Scott's is fantastic.
I love it. I'll have to start wearing. I'm gonna have to start wearing bandanas now. It's just like that's a thing now. I love that shirt. Actually, that shirt is awesome. Eat, sleep, repeat. I like.
There's
that
a conquer on
shirt.
there, but Scott's not conquering anything.
I ain't conquering. I haven't conquered anything in a long time.
Maybe the porcelain throne.
I conquered a pizza last night. That's what I'm conquering.
One whole
I
pizza.
conquered a whole damn pizza, but I don't eat the crust because I don't want to be fat.
So if you want to whoop on noobs,
So
if you want to whoop
yes,
on noob all night long,
Actually, let's take a closer look here at noob.
You want to put your thumbs on me and get me
Noob.
all hot and sweaty?
noob. as we're looking at here.
My God.
Oh my God, this is just.
I can't believe he's holding a belt.
The likeness is amazing.
The likeness is amazing. They really did capture your essence, except for the washboard abs.
Nope, that's pretty accurate.
Ah, yes.
I'll take my shirt off right now.
That is not what your girlfriend says.
No, we've been instructed. Actually, you are no longer allowed to. Take your
What does
shirt
this
off.
sign behind him say? This is
a happening.
This is a happening.
This is a happening.
Is that a
You
thing?
can see.
Oh, good lord!
The little panties there, super something noob. I think the
boy.
front's good, the back is better.
Oh, enter here.
Enter
Oh, my
here. You see
God.
a sign here says "My Hero." Let's zoom in a little bit on that, and I like the tramp stamp.
Oh my God, I didn't
It
even
says,
see that.
I
What-
need
what-
this job. Tattooed tramp stamp.
Well, we do
And
have to thank
unfortunately,
Mark
with
D.
this picture, the rope hides it. So we have another one to show the rest of that. Yes, enter
Oh
here.
no.
And there is a little entrance hole in the backside. So
Okay.
and the I need this job tramp stamp much clearer on this.
Oh.
So I mean, if you need something to keep you awake at night, this is definitely the thing. There's nothing in this world that's going to stick with you like this noob wrestling character.
Oh my god!
Oh Jesus. That's
So you can just whoop
very
on
disturbing.
noob all night long.
I'm
and
not-
You might
Not super happy about that.
I like it.
That's
I
really
like it. I love it. I love it. It's awesome that our fans are taking the time to create these characters for us.
Thank
and
you,
do
Mark
this.
D.
And yeah, thank you, Mark.
He's a true
D.
talent. He's a true talent.
And yeah, and keep it coming. We love all the interaction, the feedback, and everything else for you guys. So definitely keep it up. Ray Sai says noob special wrestling technique is taking your thumb and putting it where the sun don't shine.
We can. Well, we're not going to put our thumbs in where he just shined, but we do have a question. I guess while we're in housekeeping, there's been. I was actually going to do a video on this, and I been kind of debating it because it's a rumor. The rumors from DVD Overlord, who's Dictor von Doomcock, who I have covered some of his rumors before, and he is pretty darn accurate. Everything he's reported has been very accurate. He's saying that the Falcon and the Winter Soldier's ratings are absolutely plummeting because of certain moments in the show. There's a measurement that they use for streaming, which is called TOTS, which is time over
Titties?
time out, time screw. No, now you're going to screw me up. Something about like when tune out time spent or something
Maybe
like
that's what it's
how much time?
Out time.
Yeah, it's something like that. And there's a particular moment where apparently a lot of people are tuning out. I'm still watching it, I guess.
What's
He
that,
watched the most recent episode. I haven't seen it yet, but Wyatt Russell, the new Captain America, is getting death threats. And I mean, I don't know why. I mean, here's the way I look at it, right? It's one of the reasons why we're not that good at social media. I just don't care. Like, you got to remember, you're talking, you're listening to a show where we were threatened by a mob boss's daughter to murder
I keep
us.
forgetting that happened.
Yeah, like we've had death threats here
That's
at
funny.
OrkU. Like
I keep forgetting that
we
happened.
literally had what's her name?
I don't know. Probably
what's
some
the name of the
I think it was Leah Gotti.
Italian hooker
Gotti.
name.
One of the Italian. One of the Gottis threatened to murder us over our review
because their daughter is a hooker.
We're still waiting to be
Come
killed.
at me, bro.
We're still waiting to die here. So
Why don't you
I
get a
guess the
sex
point is-
chainsaw? You
I bet
might
you.
look like a man.
And you know what's
Like-
funny? If you want to find Noob, all you have to do is just figure out where he went to school. I wonder where we'd figure that out. Mm-hmm.
This is because I
Very
study
hard.
at Temple because I'm Jewish.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
L'chaim. Love matzo ball soup.
I mean, he does have
Jewish
the nose
pickles.
for it.
Oh, geez.
Marble-
Now that's going too far there, Scott.
Marble rye bread.
Yeah.
I
All of those things.
I caught the latest episode right before we went live. I was watching it before I got everything hooked up here. I said it was getting boring, and I stand by that. But it's not. I mean, this episode, it's continuing along the same thing. There is some interesting things happening. They are kind of bringing it around. As for him getting death threats, if you're getting death threats because your character is that good, that just says a lot about your character. And,
It means you're triggering. You're getting a reaction, right?
And
So-
it's not the first time it's happened. The problem is there's so many people that can't separate the person from the character. And there's certain people like who's the guy that played in The Boys, Homelander.
Oh yeah,
He said he's like thank God I'm wearing a wig and I don't look like that character because I wouldn't be able to walk down the street without people spitting on me because of like how much people hate this character.
See, but he's getting death threats from anonymous people, and we got death threats from actual gangsters. So on a scale of 1 to who should be more scared,
What are you trying
Noob.
to one up him?
Noob. I'm just saying we're still here.
I mean,
I'm still here.
John Walker, the only 5 good minutes of this show were the last 5 minutes of him in the last episode. That's it.
He's definitely his storyline is definitely getting better. It's definitely improving, and I like where they're going with it. But we can't spoil it because the episode just released today.
What
but
about?
You can't see why I'm now on a remote location is because I don't want to be anywhere near Noob when the shots start ringing out.
Good point.
Z, I praise you for your bravery.
I am stunning and brave.
He is my father.
And the other thing that's gone viral with the show, I don't know if other people have seen this, is the Zemo cut, where I've seen people even take the Zemo cut of him dancing, the extended scene of him dancing, and extended it over the course of an hour and just looped it. So people are very much into Zemo dancing.
I like it. I think Zemo's a great character too. I'm glad that
he's one of my favorite villains. I think he's one of the best villains.
I don't like his hair. The way he parts it just annoys me.
I think that's actually done on purpose. It's the look is made to make you feel uncomfortable,
piss you off,
and that's the idea. So
he has spent much time in jail. You got to wonder too, was he blipped? No one said that. Or did they just like leave him in jail that whole time? Like that would suck.
Well, even if he did blip, he would come back in jail.
I guess
yeah,
it
but,
would, unless
but
they moved the jail.
At least 5 years of that jail sentence would have been blipped. Instead, he'd been
you wouldn't have to worry about it. You'd be like,
he's been sitting there for 6 years, like just rotting away.
Do you get the time served if you were blipped and you were blipped for 5 years?
I'm pretty sure he's in there for life for mass murdering people.
Oh, that is true. He did mass murder people.
Yes,
so.
he is going to be a lifer.
Yeah, but he mostly killed Russians. Do
and
people really
like
care
Wakanda
about that?
people? So like,
he did kill Wakanda
and
people.
He set off bombs and everything. Yeah, he's a terrorist. So, is there anything else we have in housekeeping then?
I finally got my Wonder Woman Shitty 4 movie in, so I'm going to give that away.
Was somebody in the chat?
Yeah, I think I was forced giving it. I think Mark D claimed it, I guess. He hasn't won, so I guess I can give it to him. If he shows up at the end of he's not in here yet. So if Mark D doesn't show up this episode, then Ray gets it.
There we go.
Okay. I think that was the battle between Ray and Mark.
That works, Ray. Just make sure that Mark D doesn't show up. Make sure you go Zemo him.
Go disappear him.
And of course, if you are on our Patreon, you get first snag at a lot of Noob's prizes that he gives away. So definitely check that out as
oh my gosh.
I don't 3 months pregnant with Scott's baby. Who the fuck?
Whoa. That's intense.
So 3 months pregnant with Scott's baby just showed up in the chat.
Did Sam Jr. just come back?
Sam Jr.'s returned. I don't know how possible that is because I think it's been at least 3 years since I got snipped. So
oh Jesus, too much information.
That's gotta be that's Noob's baby. Good luck with that one.
Scott's got dusticles.
Oh,
good luck with that one. So on that note, let's get into the news.
All right.
Yeah.
Good news, everyone.
I think Doc missed the Doc segment.
Yeah, he did.
This whole Doc segment.
We did. Doc's now in the chat. We said thank you earlier, Doc. We showed your picture of you and all your friends and family telling Noob to F off. We appreciate that.
That's always fun.
Yeah.
Always
and
fun.
Brightens up everyone's weekend.
So we have our first story is 50 most popular women. Is there a reason this is a thing? I don't know why are we talking about this?
Are you not aware of like the 50 most popular
no,
women in the world?
I don't know. Who was
Did
it?
you guess anyone on the top like
Bad Baby.
Bod Bobby.
Yeah, Bad Barbie.
Did she finally pose nude yet? Is that her deal?
I think she's got the OnlyFans.
Ah, yes. So that's where she's going with this.
But who cares about 50 most popular women?
I would think that considering you're like the world's biggest fan of at least some of these people.
I will tell you if I'm a fan of them.
And that's how like the news goes around here is we know the news. We just don't find out about it until after we've read the headline. And then we type it into Google search. And while we're doing that and trying to figure out who the most popular was, maybe the 7th place would be most interesting to Noob.
Oh my God, you're going to make me Google this? I really don't care enough.
Isn't that your job?
No, that's your job.
You're the news guy. You're the news guy. You come up with all these stories. You create these stories. You decide. You do all the work around here, noob. You do all the work. You should be
Justin
telling
Bieber?
us.
What? Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, Justin Bieber.
And you were right. You said you were hoping Britney Spears would be on that list.
Britney Spears. Okay, Britney Spears. Rihanna. Why is she popular? She ugly. Beyonce's ugly. Bieber? Why is Kesha on there? What
do you know, Justin Bieber? You probably have.
Justin Bieber is probably one of the most attractive women on this thing. Honestly,
I mean, you do have isn't your hair just like his?
Kinda.
Whatever hair you have left.
My cheekbones,
your chin hair,
my soft lips. Oh my god! What the fuck?
There you go. Scott gave Noob the Bieber cut.
I wasn't trying.
Oh, he was just trying to stuff things in his mouth.
We trust you. We trust you to bring us timely news and update us with what's going on in this world right now. If you were any good at your job, you probably would have seen the date on that list you're reading is 2010.
Oh, is it really?
So now we are saying number 7. Number 7.
I see you accept it.
Of the greatest, hottest one in the world is just going to be Noob.
911 now! Please call 911.
What the fuck? Okay.
I wasn't trying.
Oh my goodness!
But he tries so hard with that haircut.
I did have that haircut at one point. Yeah.
You think you still do?
No, I do. I have the better version. It's flipped back. But I can't reveal my hair. It's too sexy.
Oh, okay.
For air.
Should. Pull that hat back. Let's see that Bieber hair, Noob.
Not gonna do it.
Come on.
Not gonna do it. I'm too cute.
Go ahead, Noob. We're waiting. Go ahead.
No.
Where's the dumpster fire one?
Not doing it. Oh my god.
So now that we brought you news that was 20 years old, well, 12 years old, 11 years old. Let me do some math here. Now that we brought you news that's 11 years old, Noob, why don't you give us some news that's more current and up to date?
Sure. Space Jam and cameos.
So did you guys catch the Space Jam trailer?
I watched it. I watched it.
100% did.
I watched
didn't enjoy it.
Oh my god, what a obnoxious piece of jumbled everything tossed in a pot and mixed up going to make a crap movie that is.
So there's I just don't understand. There's problems that are already popping up. They already cut Pepe Le Pew, and I don't care. Pepe Le Pew is a grapist. But why would you have Pepe Le Pew? And then if you can see the cameos in this shot that we have here, there's a big screenshot, right?
So real fast, we'll go through some of the Space Jam cameos that's on the trailer. Iron Giant, King Kong, Chitara from the Thundercats, Flintstones, Yogi, Jabberjaw, all the usual ones that you're going to be expecting. There's a lot of other weird, interesting ones. Mama Fratelli from the Goonies, the White Walkers, which let's zoom in here. We got our White Walkers there.
No reason.
Mr. Freeze is in here somewhere. Multiple Jokers, multiple Penguins. Agent
There's
Smith is in, Agent
Westworld
Smith is in here
people
somewhere. The Mask is in there. But the big question is why do we have? There's the Scooby-Doo crew up there and everything else. But the big question that we have here is why in the world do we have the War Boys from Mad Max, Pennywise, and as you see on the screen here, the Droogs from Clockwork Orange.
One of the most graphic rape scenes ever committed to film is in A Clockwork Orange. And for some reason, they felt it was important to put them in this movie.
So,
it's advertised as Space Jam 2, a family movie. I'm confused.
So we're taking out... Oh, I can't find the freaking whatever sound effect I'm looking for. So we're taking out Pepe Le Pew because apparently Pepe Le Pew is offensive because he doesn't know to accept when people say no.
Even though the scene that was cut is of LeBron James telling him it's not acceptable.
And and the actress that was in that scene said that scene should be in there because it's Pepe Le Pew kissing on her arm as he usually does, LeBron coming in and saying that's unacceptable. She slaps in the face, says no. LeBron comes in and says you don't treat people that way, and it's a learning moment. So they're actually taking the Pepe Le Pew and making it a learning moment. So they canceled Pepe Le Pew and brought in the Droogs who raped and killed people in that movie.
Yes, graphically. What? And Game of Thrones, which has like some of the most horrific violence to women ever also committed to film. What's the other one? So here's the other thing that I thought was amusing too, right? We're talking about it, and they have Yosemite Sam. And the joke is, Yosemite Sam, shoot the ball. So Yosemite Sam proceeds to whip out his Colt 45s and blast the ball and shoot Daffy Duck in the face.
Who is he's a black duck.
Oh, I sense there's a lot of, this is very problematic for us.
Yeah.
I think we have a lot of problems here.
Pretty
folks.
sure Yosemite Sam's a white supreme.
Wow. It's just intense.
Well, hey, I'm not saying, well, I said that, but the facts are there. Like, he is white, obviously. He has guns, go Biden. And
he still has guns? You're allowed to have guns?
He still has guns, and he shot a black duck, a helpless poor little black duck. I mean, he can't quack anymore because he was shot. And that's sad. And obviously, black ducks matter too. Obviously, all ducks matter.
That's not the way it goes.
Nope, that's not how it goes.
No,
I'm just gonna stop talking.
You are confused.
Okay.
So anyway, it's I don't know. It's just it seems like it's very confused
and like
as to what's going on here.
And like in the chat, Tony Moo was asking, didn't they ban guns from the new Looney Tunes?
Yeah, I thought they did. I thought weren't we talking about that? Where like they didn't like Elmer Fudd was chasing around bugs and he wasn't allowed to shoot him. He was using like hammers and traps and all kinds of other stuff because
blunt force trauma is better than a gun. Like if I'm gonna get rid of a rabbit, if I'm gonna hunt a rabbit, I'm going to use a rake or gonna beat it to death with a hammer, as opposed to humanely shooting it. That would be, that's pretty, Let's beat some deer to death with hammers. Maybe some nunchucks.
Yeah, I don't know. It makes no sense anymore. We've gone too far.
Have we though? I think we can go even further.
And you know what? And we probably will, because you know what? It's always funny, and I will just be sitting here laughing my ass off.
As long as we can continue to make fun of these things, I think we'll all be sane. But I am not looking forward to Space Jam 2.
To whatever that is.
I feel like,
and I'm not either. Yeah, like you look at that trailer, and it's just this chaotic thing where it's like they just threw all the shit together. And it's funny? I watched it. I didn't see Lola Bunny or any of that. Like she wasn't even on screen long enough for me to freak out about it and be like, "Oh my god, they didn't sexualize Lola Bunny anymore."
She sexually harassed me through the screen.
But she was in and out of the trailer in seconds. I barely even saw her. I saw everything else. Which everything else is way too damn much. There's so much shit going on here. I mean, I made the thumbnail for tonight's show, and the first thing Z said was, "It's too busy. There's too much going on." It's like, well, that's the problem. That's the problem with this movie. There's so much going on that it's just going to be a cavalcade of crap, and it's not going to be good. There's no way.
First one is classic.
No way this movie can be good.
Never should have remade it. It doesn't make any sense to remake it.
Don't remake it with LeBron.
And what? Yeah, and on top of that, like that's the storyline they have. They kidnapped his kid, and you're gonna play in this game, or we're gonna kill your kids.
Yeah, like Don Cheadle's some weird overlord. Like what?
The first one is they just want to play Michael Jordan in a basketball game, or they're gonna repossess Looney Tunes Town, right?
The Monstars show up. They're aliens. They show up and they challenge them to a basketball game. And
they steal all the good players' abilities, right? Like you go to Charles Barkley.
They steal the good players' abilities. And it's funny because LeBron talked all these players into playing, and like you can't even tell who they are. I have no idea who these like robots and flame guys and ice guys and water guys. I don't know who they are, so I hope they're happy that they got totally CGI'd out of the movie. Like, good luck with all that. And guess who's? Well, I don't know if he's not in it, but who's in the first one that was hilarious? Who came off the bench? Oh my God, not Dan Aykroyd, but his partner in Ghostbusters,
Bill Murray.
Bill Murray, hilarious.
Oh yeah, that's right. Bill Murray wasn't it? Yeah.
So good.
Forgot about that.
Yeah, it's great. It's great because it's not, like you said, Scott. It's not as intense. Jordan's playing on a golf course. He's like, yeah, I'm enjoying retirement, and they they kidnap him, but they're kidnapping a grown man. They're not kidnapping his son, sticking him, threatening to murder him or something. And then the girl from Star Trek Discovery is like, you have to save our son. They're going to digitally murder him. It's very sad.
It's so bad. Mark is in the chat. He said it would be funny. Actually, that's not what I was looking for. I looked for Ray Say was the comment I'm looking for.
We go with Ray's comment, not Mark D's.
Well, that's because
that one has AIDS.
Well,
Yeah.
Mark's comment popped up a second later, and I was looking for Ray's comment. Don Cheadle's evil Captain Planet Funny or Die video is LOL. Definitely, if you have time on YouTube, look that up. It's Don Cheadle Captain Planet, where he starts going nuts and turning everyone into trees. It actually is effing hilarious. So check that
great.
out.
Tony, it's going to be a disaster.
There's no way
it's a
this is going to be
disaster.
good. Did you hear LeBron say "Holy Matrix"? Like what? Like whatever that line is. And then they kidnap his son. He's like, "No."
Yeah, he's not a great actor.
He's going to prove he's not a great actor. Why do you think it's been delayed so long? Because there's just been problems with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be.
We're talking about LeBron too much, though.
Yeah, who cares?
Let's move
Fucking
on.
LeBron too much.
We need to spend more time remembering one of the greatest rappers, DMX.
DMX.
Who got it given to him.
He got it
from the drugs.
From the drugs.
He did a lot of drugs.
Yes.
And
I don't
then-
know. I heard a rumor that he's still alive.
Oh my God.
You never know with these
You actually,
things.
wait. We actually did have that when he first got, when he first went to the hospital, and he was put on life support. Like a day
said
later,
his
it was
brain
like, oh,
dead.
he was taken off life support, and then his agent had to turn around and be like, oh wait, no, he still is on life support. I was given bad information. What is this with like people getting sick and like, oh, they're better, they're not better, they're better, oh, they're not better.
They
feel
do
like-
keep doing that. That's like the third person who was like not dead, but then dead, but then not
Once
dead.
you're on life support, though, I feel like it's pretty clear where it's going.
I think they said he was unresponsive and had no brain activity.
Yeah, like, okay. You think he's going to live? Like, I don't...
He's DMX.
Well-
He'll rise from the grave.
I mean, and then there are cases where people do come back. That's the reason why life support's still a thing, because people do come back. If no one ever
Not-
came back, they probably wouldn't bother with things like life support.
He's
Not-
with Biggie and Tupac.
Not from zero brain
And
activity.
He's on on that island.
Well, yeah.
He's
well,
on
usually
Rap
that's
Island.
when they find out, is when you have zero brain activity, is when they're like, maybe not with the life support anymore. But it was actually today that he finally passed, that they announced that he did pass. He had an interview back in February of this year, actually, where he was like, I feel like that if I died tomorrow, I'd be happy because I had a good life. So I mean, and that was long before this happened. It was just long before that. Maybe he knew he was sick, maybe not. No, but we're not going to know probably. But he has
Knew
had
he was
recent-
sick?
But he has had recent interviews where he's like, you know what? If I die, I'm ready to die. And then he's like, wait, let me not say that. He's like, but if I died tomorrow, I'd be fine with
I'm
it
ready
because I
to
had
die.
a good life. Because I had a good life. So
Aren't
at
you
least,
like a huge fan of their new? You said he's a great actor.
He was in, what is it, Cradle of the Grave? There's like several...
Yeah, he was in Cradle of the Grave.
you saw that?
Probably.
That was good. I'm going to look up his movies. There was like 3... He was in one with Anthony Anderson and Steven Seagal. That was awesome.
Anything with Steven Seagal is usually awesome
Yeah.
on some level.
Fast and Fierce? Oh my God, I got to see
Fast
that.
and Fierce. Is that like a Fast and Furious?
It
knockoff?
seems like it, yeah. It's on Hulu. Oh,
look at
Exit Wounds. That was a really good one.
that.
Yeah.
Yes.
2001.
What's the other? Romeo Must Die. That was weird.
Cradle of the Grave and Exit Wounds were the two.
Yeah, what happened to him? I guess he went to jail. I think
wasn't
that's what
he
happened.
wasn't he the villain in Cradle of the Grave?
No, he
I
was.
just know I'm pretty sure he went to jail
Yeah, he was like a dick.
for a while.
He did,
He
yeah.
clearly Noob knows all about his lyrics.
I'm not. Nope, not taking
I
that
know,
bait.
I know. Like one lyric is X gonna give it to you. X gonna give it to you. That's it. That's the
Well,
only
what
lyric
about
I
the
know,
song? I think Noob Noob's a big enough fan where he could sing some of his songs.
I think
What,
we should actually have a DMX sing along right now in honor, of course, of his, his life.
Yeah.
X
What?
gonna give it to you.
Well, you don't have any songs for us? Like, give us a title, Scott.
I
Any title.
don't know any of his songs. Honestly,
Wasn't that the point? You were supposed to come up with the top
no
5
idea.
DMX songs.
Where the
I
Hood at
thought,
is definitely
I thought
a
maybe
good one.
somebody here who is a bigger DMX fan than I would know what like the top 5 DMX songs were.
It's like X gonna give it to you. Party up. Where the
Something
Hood
about
at?
Hustles.
Hustle and Flow.
Something about ATVs and dogs barking.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a
A
song.
lot of Urf.
Is that wait? Did he do Who Let the Dogs Out? No, that's someone else.
No. Rough Riders Anthem.
Rough Riders Anthem.
Party up. X gonna give it to you. And Where the Hood at are like top 4 songs.
Give me. Let's hear some.
I
of
don't
that
know
flow,
any of
Noob
those.
Noob.
What should I do? A spoken word of the lyrics?
Are you gonna say? Yeah, please.
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 Yeah, hold on. Nope, I can't.
He's
I'll
already
do
on the
it.
first song and he can't do it.
Yeah.
So where the hood at? Why don't you try a different song?
Well, hold on. Let's do. X gonna give it to you.
There, X gonna give it to you. You could probably read some of that.
Can I, though?
I don't know.
Don't get it twisted. This rap shit is mine, motherfucker. It's not a fucking game. Fuck what you heard. It's what you hearin'. It's what you hearin'. It's what you hearin'. Listen. It's what you hearin'. Listen. It's what you hearin'. Listen. X gonna give it to you. What? Fuck waiting for you to get it on your own. X gonna deliver it to you. All right, I'm bored of this.
Knock, knock.
There's not enough
Open up the
racist
door.
lyrics in this for me to want to keep
Not enough
reading.
Racist lyrics for him to
This isn't the one where he hates the gays, all right?
Oh,
he
yeah,
definitely
does
hates
hate-
gays. Like, most definitely not a huge fan.
Mm.
Or maybe he was gay.
Can we do? No, I doubt it.
Well,
I'm pretty sure he had like 23 children.
maybe that's
You
a
should look up how many children did DMX
that was to
have.
cover up his gayness.
I don't think so.
Maybe it was.
Who let the dogs
That's
out?
overcompensation.
DMX is going to come out of the grave and slap you.
How many
apparently. That's
kids
what Mark D.
did DMX have?
Plenty.
Too many.
Oh, you only had 4?
You only
Come
had
on,
4.
man.
Yeah.
That's not enough.
Praise Mary Ella Simmons, Xavier Simmons, Sean Simmons, and Tacoma Simmons.
Oh, that's right. What was his real name? Was Simmons.
What was
obviously.
impressive, like they were showing like video and clips of outside the hospital, like Rough Riders, motorcycle clubs from like all over the place came out to like show respects and show support and everything else.
Earl. His real name's Earl Simmons.
Earl Simmons. That's not as
Earl.
cool as DMX. What does DMX stand for?
Uh,
How come we don't have 40s? I remember he was that Rough Rider thing. Doc saying he had 15. We just Googled it and said 4.
Darkman X.
Darkman X. That's actually kind of cool. I just remember he made the ATVs cool and the motorcycles cool. Like he was
Well, it was
very
that was
influential.
All, that was yeah, it was all part of Rough Riders, wasn't it?
it's like
Rough,
20 years ago, I think.
Well, yeah. Well, Rough Riders was a group, right? It was him and a couple of other guys.
I don't know.
guess.
I'm
Eve was
so
in it.
bad
Eve.
at this.
Yes, because you're a giant rap aficionado. I remember Eve was
Reeve.
part of the Rough Riders.
Yes.
Eve?
Remember her?
Yeah.
Yeah, what happened to her?
I don't know. She stopped being rough.
No, she married a white dude.
Oh my god. She definitely did not. That's going real
She
soft.
got the white prize.
The white
That's
prize.
what they call it.
Marrying a white guy is called the white
well,
prize.
technically, if you're a black dude like OJ and you marry a blonde white chick, that's the white prize.
Oh, okay. But
Yeah.
it's not the
Just like who's the kid from the Chiefs? He married
Patrick
a white
Mahomes.
chick. Yeah, he's got a kid.
He's
with a white
not all black. He's half
chick. Doesn't
black.
matter.
Right.
He's a good guy.
Yeah, Patrick Mahomes is awesome. He sounds like Kermit the Frog.
Kermit the Frog.
Dude's awesome. Anyway, so DMX is dead. He did a lot.
We went on.
Yeah, he did a lot of drugs.
A lot of drugs.
A lot of drugs.
And it was
Them
a
drugs.
heart attack. I think that finally took him out.
Yeah, drugs that led to a heart attack, and then he went brain dead.
Oh man.
So, oh my God, Doc is coming with some
Doc
reporting.
has got an article that says some of DMX's 15 kids among hospital visitors with dad in vegetative state. We're going to call out Nadine Danino April as fake news because
April
according
6th
to Google,
is the date.
Oh,
not-
whatever.
Nadine Danino. That's a weird name. Nadine Danino, April 6th,
April 6th.
2021.
That's a very
weird
bizarre name.
That's a
That's
very bizarre
very
name.
strange.
Does that make 2:10 p.m. her last name?
Yes.
Oh my God.
That's her surname. We are
so,
just so bad at this stuff.
Soviet Union has Lord of the Rings.
Yes. There's this new viral version of the Lord of the Rings.
Are we skipping something, or are we going to come back
No,
to
I
it?
don't know. What are we going?
What are we? Oh, Whedon. Yeah, that's right. Whedon just wants to get fired from
Are we
everything.
going to talk about this? This guy. First of all, I want to point out that I'm tired of Vito defending this dude. Like, yeah, look, we said this something similar where the guy was given marching orders. Make it 2 hours and make it funnier and make it look like Avengers. I get it. But the guy's been a scumbag in Hollywood for years. And now it's all falling apart around him. He got kicked off the Nevers, which we might watch and then review and tell you
Well,
how
that's what it is.
terrible it is.
Like they're saying, like the Nevers had zero advertisement because
Because of him.
HBO Max is trying to separate away from him. Unfortunately, his name's all over it. And now we heard everything that was going on with Ray Fisher, and now it came out that Gal Gadot had issues with him as well. She actually came out and said, I had my issues with Whedon, and Warner Brothers handled it in a timely manner. So, obviously, Gal Gadot holds more oomph than Ray Fisher does because she was able to figure his shit out in a day. Meanwhile, Ray Fisher is still trying to get his shit figured out. But apparently, Whedon would do things like he forced her to read lines that she didn't agree with. She didn't agree with what her character was doing. And when she disagreed, he said things to the tune of, I'll end your career and I'll make sure you never work again, which you're not doing that to Gal Gadot. And apparently the whole time he was also talking trash on Patty Jenkins and everyone else. So
well, Patty Jenkins sucks, but
it's what we've been seeing more and more of, where this dude who pretended to be this like feminist for life is exactly the opposite.
Yeah, he's just a piece of shit.
Yeah,
I mean that's what it boils down
Ben
to.
Affleck wanted to get everyone to walk off the set and stop the movie. Aquaman, literally everyone in the movie hated him.
Yeah, because he was a total dirtbag.
Yeah.
And the I think one of the most damning things that I heard was that Michelle Trachtenberg, who was on the set of Buffy, they had a policy amongst all the actors, like had an agreement that she would never be in the room alone with Joss Whedon, which I think is pretty damn.
Was she wasn't she underage?
Yeah, she was a kid. She was very young in that show. And because she was Buffy's kid sister.
Yeah.
And she was she was like literally like 12 years old or something when she started the show. And all the older actors all said the same thing, that Joss could never be in the room alone with her. They wouldn't allow it. And that was actually, I think it was confirmed by Sarah Michelle Gellar, and it was confirmed by Charisma Carpenter and some of the other actors. Like, yeah, that was a real thing. So he's been doing this for years, and his wife said as much, and nobody really believed him or believed her.
Ex-wife now?
Yes, ex-wife now. Yes, because he would go around. I can't tell you how many times I saw he might have even given a TED talk on being a feminist. Like, it's ridiculous. The guy's a total fraud, total Hollywood piece of garbage. So you wonder why people get pissy about this stuff.
And just because, this stuff's been going on forever, but now it's in the open. People are finally getting called out on it, and rights are finally being wronged. And and the more we hear about it, the more we realize, maybe Ray Fisher was right.
Yeah, I just think the whole situation. Look, hopefully Whedon doesn't do anything in Hollywood again, and just keep the scumbags out. Like, there's just too much. And that's I don't know. The whole thing just irritates me because it's like it's indicative of Hollywood, not the rest of the world. The rest of the world does not act the way Hollywood does. But for some reason, they still, including, I'll never forget that picture of who is that? Oprah offering up Rita Ora to Harvey Weinstein. That picture will never go away.
Oprah.
So yeah, thanks, Oprah. And your underground tunnels. We know they're there.
Oh boy.
Under pizza shops.
Do they go all the way to the Soviet Union?
Now we can talk about
100%.
Where they can find the Lord of the Rings.
Wow, what is that? That looks like the worst.
That looks like tinfoil.
That looks like a tinfoil ring.
Well, what we have here on screen, for those of you that aren't watching, we'll describe it. This is the opening sequence from the Soviet Union version of Lord of the Rings, which is free to watch now on YouTube. This thing, I just skipped through it. I didn't get a chance to sit down and watch it because it's not in English. But oh my God, it's everything you want and more from a movie that came out. I think it was like 10 years before we actually got Lord of the Rings. So this is
very
before
old,
J.R.R. Tolkien's, So
you're talking about Peter Jackson's version?
Yes, Peter Jackson's version. So we do have some amazing images to go through. Right here on screen, you see the opening sequence, which, by the way, the opening sequence is all of like 5 seconds long with some weird music, and this ring gets blurrier. This is the clearest you're going to see this ring opening sequence, where then it skips right to the movie, and there's nothing else in between. We also have some more special effects, like the fireworks they used for Bilbo's birthday party.
Oh my God.
Those look very Soviet.
Which they're so realistic. It looks like the sticker that you put on your shirt when you get an A on your math test in grade school. It's definitely high class. They didn't have so much special effects, but they didn't mess around. Here's Smeagol's putting on the ring.
Oh my gosh.
When he puts the ring on, he doesn't necessarily transform into another creature. He just gets
He's giving you the
hands.
finger, Scott.
He just gets green hands.
hands.
He turns green, and you start hearing like a like, while he's putting on the rings. It's an interesting sound effect they decided to go with it.
Noob Noob does get green hair.
A green Russian troll.
We have some characters that we weren't in our version that we got to saw. Like
Tom Bombadil.
Tom Bombadil. The Hobbit God. Bombadil. Well, that's not Bombadil. Come on, give me that.
Babadook.
Babadook.
The Babadook.
Who is the Hobbit God, who you see here is, of course, much bigger than the Hobbits are. Because
it's not a Hobbit God.
Hagrid from Harry Potter.
He pretty much is the size-wise, and you see the green screen effects.
The only problem with this scene is all the hobbits are wearing their clothes, because I'm pretty sure in the Bombadil scene, they're all naked.
Why are they naked?
If you read the book, you'd know.
Well, that's because if you look at this image here, you can see that Bombadil is getting ready to eat the hobbits as he prepares them for his dinner.
He's their
dude. He's looking at them like, I'm going to eat you.
That's because he wishes they were naked.
So they early on they decide that it's too much for us to try and make the hobbits look smaller than everyone else all the time. So of course, when we see
they just
Frodo
gave up on it.
Aragorn for the first time, they're the same size. So here's Frodo, me, and Aragorn for the same.
How is this a
first
thing?
time.
How is this a thing?
You can
Those
see
crazy
the costume is amazing. I like Frodo's scarf. His little polka dot scarf is awesome.
Oh, is that what that is? I can't tell if it's a
Here
jar
we see
or if
the
it's a scarf.
the Council of Elrond actually looks more like an image from
Elrond
the
Hubbard.
Last Supper. Very high class. One of my favorites here is we all remember the scene when Gandalf escapes on an eagle, right?
Yes.
Well, here's Gandalf escaping on an eagle.
Okay.
It's a googly eye.
And if you can't figure out what you're looking at, that's supposed to be Gandalf riding an eagle, which there's a googly-eyed puppet.
It's a googly-eyed noob.
Oh my goodness.
So amazing. Such high class. It's everything you expect. Of course, the orcs were well thought out. They're just wearing hats.
The orcs just wear hats.
Are just wearing
That's
hats
not our
with,
kind of
with
orc.
spikes on them.
That's a disappointing orc.
Here's when the hobbits first meet the elves, and the elves drug them while they dance around.
Are they naked? No, they're not naked.
Is that not the Wizard of Oz?
That's
that
actually,
like
you know what? It does.
Oz.
It feels like a scene from the Wizard of Oz. It's definitely
because the cornfield in the back.
Yeah, whatever hell that is. And of course, just because we have to go back to him, and I just love how he looks, is Frodo. As he breaks an apple in half with his hands, with his bare hands.
Just think, all you commies out there, this could be our entertainment when you don't have capitalism. This is what you get.
There you go. So so it's available on YouTube. It's the Soviet Union version, and it's an absolute mind trip the whole time. It's everything you want and more from.
So I guess check it out on YouTube. Maybe we'll review it, or I don't know what we'll do. But I guess go check it out. It's viral.
It's definitely
and looks disturbing.
Yeah. Well, that's I think that's it for the regular news, and then now we have Orc Tales.
So let's go ahead and get into the Orc Tales.
It's not a mystery. We're making history. It's now time for some outrageous Orc Tales. Woo!
Jay Bird wants to know what I was on. I was not on Lord of the Rings. I actually had a bit part in Lord of the G-Strings.
Oh boy!
If only.
I played a G-string. It was.
I'm pretty sure
I don't think
you
that's
were
how that works.
a big giant hand on a movie.
Yes, and yes. I was a big. I controlled a big hand in a sci-fi movie.
Slapper.
Actually, it was shoot, it was
Paul Bunyan.
a Paul Bunyan movie. It had a different name though. Axe Giant. It was what the name of the movie was.
Mm.
That was a fun one. Yeah, I controlled the hand in that amongst other things. But forget that video because we have other video for you. Noob is going to tell us all about this video while it plays.
Okay, sure. There's a tree.
He knows exactly what's going on.
A lonely tree.
There's a tree.
Who is filming this tree?
And there's still a tree.
It's just sitting there.
It is. Oh my God! What the fuck was that?
That's awesome.
What?
Yeah,
So
that should be the cover of my next album. Will be that.
That's what happens when lightning strikes a tree. This happened on a campus somewhere. It looks like it's just a security camera and somebody's just taking video of the security camera footage. But it's lightning hitting a tree, and it's everything you want from it.
God.
It hits it dead center. It's a perfect strike. It blows the whole ass of the tree out, and it catches on fire and collapses immediately. It's destructive. It's awesome. It's absolutely amazing. Where
I
is
need
mine?
I need a screen cap of
That is
just
pretty
that
dope.
like part where it goes.
I think
'Cause
what that was God was saying, you know what? Fuck that tree right there.
He's pissed at that.
What
tree.
if
That's, you know what? I don't like that tree. Fuck that tree.
would it
right
explode
there.
a person if lightning hit a person?
Oh, probably. Why don't we test it?
Actually, there are stories of people who have survived getting hit by lightning, and other people have died getting hit by lightning. It just depends on how it hits you.
If it goes up your anus or it goes.
If it's up a noose, you're probably going to survive. It's when it goes through your brain or your heart that you're pretty much screwed.
What if it hits the tip of your penis? Does it give you a super penis?
I'm
Either
pretty
that or
sure it would
blows it
melt.
off.
Oh my
It just
God.
blows it
Blow it
off
off.
like a rocket.
You're gonna blow it off.
It wouldn't be like
We're gonna-
permanent Viagra.
We're gonna be changing your name to Caitlin.
Oh, hey, oh.
Hey,
Oh, boy.
hey, oh.
Well,
If you're wearing a rubber, you would live. Jay Bird says if you're wearing a rubber, you live. Well, I mean,
Who's gonna walk around with a
that's
rubber?
why I walk around wearing rubbers all day just for safety.
And so you don't
Um,
pee your pants.
And so I don't pee myself because my bladder is very weak. And
Yeah, it's like
I'm
a
getting
catheter.
old. Yes.
Because that's not what a catheter is.
a makeshift catheter.
Not
So
even close.
if you think that video is cool, we actually have something for our Patreon members. I have a whole slew of fun, wild videos that we can't use on YouTube because we'll probably get copyright stricken and taken off. So I'm putting it together. We're going to get together. We're going to watch a whole bunch of funny, fantastic, insane, crazy videos that I come across on the interweb. We'll talk about them. We'll laugh. We'll have a good time. That's going to be just for our Patreon members, though. So we
Scott's
definitely
craziest videos.
invite you to come check that out.
Crazy Scott.
Noob. I know you love the owls, but there's another bird we want to talk about now.
Yes, the ravens and their love for meat.
They just love that meat.
Yes.
Help
They
keep
love
your costs
low-cost
down.
meat.
They love that low cost meat.
Yeah.
That was
Ravens
the
are on a budget. The COVID hit them too.
And hit them real hard.
Yeah. Everyone stayed inside. They couldn't murder people like in Edgar Allan Poe's stuff.
They don't murder anyone. Edgar Allan
They don't?
Poe.
Isn't
No.
there something called the Raven and Edgar
No,
Allan?
he just has a lot of guilt.
Oh.
Says
The Raven
just
has a lot of
talks-
guilt?
No, character does.
I'm-
He doesn't care if you kill ravens. You can kill ravens
Yeah,
all
no,
day.
that's fine. Penguins I might be a little pissed about.
Mm.
Owls, they're kind of cute. Ravens are a bit of
So
bitches.
what is going on with these ravens? And they're aggressive.
Apparently they are stealing cheesesteaks from Costco customers.
Cheesesteaks or cheap steaks?
Either or.
Steak.
All of the above.
Mostly the steak, but basically they're stalking customers as they come out of Costco, and they've derived a method of stealing their groceries as as people are packing their cars up. They're actually waiting for people to turn their back to load their car, and when they come back, the crow's already stolen food from them.
I mean, we have seen, I think Scott and I were watching videos of these little bastards. They coerce cats into fighting each other. Like they're smarter than we give them credit. So clearly they have figured out how to steal from humans. Right? You watch that video where they coerce those two cats into fighting.
Oh
each other.
yeah. Oh, those are ravens, right?
Yeah, those are ravens. They're
Oh,
smart.
that's so Raven.
That's a
Disney show.
Raven.
And
She got fat.
that's why Costco is now having the Edgar Allan Poe special.
She did get fat.
Or Raven Pie.
Another Raven joke, Raven Pie. But yeah, this is going on. I think it's going on in Alaska or something. You can see the
Alaska, we don't know.
well, you can see
These
the truck.
places-
The truck there has a plug on it, which means it has a block heater, which means it's probably in a very cold state, which means probably Alaska.
So
like Minnesota.
if you are at a Costco, watch out for the Ravens. Just watch your back. Maybe hire some security like LeBron.
Call
Yes.
911 now!
Maybe the Ravens will attack and steal LeBron and drop him
Maybe you can
Maybe.
hire Ray Rice, who is a former Raven,
to beat.
and he will beat the Ravens.
He will beat LeBron James like he
Cheers to
beat his
whatever
wife
That is.
Yeah.
in the elevator.
Absolutely. He just smashed those Ravens.
Yeah.
He'll just smash them. That's what he's
Ray
he's good
Rice.
at. Yes.
Ron
Or
Trade.
maybe he'll drive by.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Ron
Okay.
Straight says the Ravens steal my steak, nevermore.
Maybe we should move on to a squirter.
Oh yeah. What do you know about this story?
And that's I know nothing.
Yeah,
that
know
that
nothing.
squirter
How
is
do you know
Amy
nothing,
Poehler.
Noob Noob? Aren't you creating the news?
You know what? At this point, no. A Miami stripper arrested for squirting vaginal fluids at
But
police.
they realize it's not a stripper.
That's not Amy Poehler.
You sure about that?
No, I'm pretty sure. That looks like.
Are you 100% sure?
Amy Poehler's autistic cousin? That's not Amy Poehler. Like, what's going on with those eyebrows, bro? Like,
what do you mean?
What is with those cheeks? Those
why
are
didn't you have
chubby
an
cheeks.
actual picture of Amy Poehler?
Why
ready,
does she
Scott?
have like those little lips and those fat cheeks? That is unproportionate. Like, that's not.
I'm pretty sure that's Amy Poehler.
That's not Amy Poehler.
So what?
I was really excited to see Amy Poehler squirting on cops, but
I don't know that they have video of that. What was she squirting?
vaginal fluid apparently.
Oh,
How does that happen? Like, is that like a projectile?
There you
Wait,
go.
what are you talking about? Look, here's.
That's the same lady.
They're pretty similar. Okay, they're
That's
pretty
the
similar.
same lady.
They're pretty similar.
So you should have shown that picture first,
Yeah.
or you should have doctored it. Apparently, Twitter is a thing, and Twitter got confused and
So
blamed
what
Amy
happened
Poehler.
here? Like the vaginal fleshy, like fingered herself and then shot.
Dude, your guess is as good as mine, Mr.
Aren't
News.
you the news guy?
Oh my god, you're supposed to know this. Miami stripper squirts.
So this is what happens, ladies and gentlemen, when Scott doesn't do the research to keep the show going on, and
Oh,
lets
he's got
Noob
it.
Noob do
I got it.
everything.
I got it.
What
You got it?
state is this?
A Miami stripper was
that's right.
arrested.
What
Let's see
what
here.
state is that?
Florida.
Yes, of course.
Went viral due to the woman's resemblance to Amy Poehler. Yeah, there you go. Let's see here. Wait, hold on. They've published. Okay, never mind. Stories with teenagers having sex with a beehive.
No, that sounds like
Crop
sounds like
dusting.
Florida.
Florida lap dancer has been arrested for assaulting 5 police officers with her vagina.
Assaulting 5 police officers with
You
her
can
vagina.
assault someone with your vagina and using it as a deadly weapon with the intent to kill.
without the intent to kill.
Brittany Simmons, so that's the Amy Poehler.
You accept it.
Brittany, she just beat those 5 cops. You love Brittany.
Brittany Simmons was performing at the Camel Toe Strip
The
Club
Camel Toe Strip Club.
when the altercation began.
Wow.
This is not a genuine news story? Oh. So it's fake?
I don't know.
Now I think it's fake. It just says it's not a genuine news story.
The whole story's fake. It's a fake story.
Use the lady's picture though. How could they use a girl? Who
Oh
looks
my
like,
god. What the fuck?
She was actually arrested in 2008 in Houston, Texas, outside of another strip club somewhere.
for assaulting other people?
But I don't know why, but yeah, that mugshot is from another state and another year. And
do we
yes,
fall
the
for these?
story of the Miami stripper who was arrested for squirting vaginal fluid at police officers in self-defense.
This is a setup because you know I'm not going to research this
It's a
shit. So
made-up
you just
story.
set me up to have me squirt out fake stories.
And
But
what
maybe-
about so what? We're undermining your caliber as a newsman.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you give me
Nubu,
fake shit.
why do you think we're setting you up then? You think we're setting you up because there's a reason for us to?
Yeah, probably.
What about you reporting that Justin Bieber's #7 most attractive woman?
he is honestly more attractive than most of those back then when he was young, ripe, and delicious. Now he looks like a homeless hooker. I don't know what he looks like now.
Homeless
Like a
female hooker?
no, he went male. He's got like a handlebar mustache, a bunch of tattoos, long straggly hair. He looks stupid.
No.
So now that we know that our news is as real as Noob's hair,
It's compromised.
Let's move to reviews.
Let's go ahead and move on to reviews.
Our reviews will kill you. Reviews. Fight my shiny metal ass! That's all you get, jerk!
Jesus,
That is all you get.
that seemed longer
jerks.
than usual.
So what are we doing first?
I guess
Monker?
Godzilla versus Monkey.
Yeah, let's get right into it. We talked about it last week. We did a
Monk.
spoiler-free. Oh, wait a second.
Hello, how you doing? Haha. We talked about it last week. We did a spoiler-free quick review of The King versus the Kong And now we're going to get into it heavier. And this is going to have the spoilers. This is going to have the details. This is going to have Z bragging the whole time that he was right and called it, because we know this is coming.
I mean, well, I get Doc still has a hard on for Prince Philip's dying. I don't know why.
He was 99 years old.
Yeah, and I guess he's trying to move in on the Queen now. So it'll be King Doc and Queen Elizabeth.
Queen Elizabeth?
Is it 10 bells or 10 shots for Prince Philip? I don't know how it works.
I don't know.
I would prefer 10 shots.
All right.
But anyway, this is a...
All right, we don't need that.
There you go.
There you go.
Okay.
21 gun salute from Scott. Donkey Kong versus...
Oh my God.
Godzilla?
Yeah, I've already forgotten what happens.
I'm pretty sure it's a movie.
Yeah.
I think stuff happens in it.
I don't know if we can really spoil it because...
The plot is not... There's no plot.
Shitted on.
That is not exact. I mean, you would think Godzilla or King Kong would have an edge by flinging poo. But, you know.
I liked it. I thought it was a good movie. I had fun with it. It's what we wanted. We had this original Godzilla movie that was way too many people and was a piece of crap. And then they fixed the mistakes. We were worried that we're going to have a crap movie with a bunch of people. We're trying to figure out how they were going to bring in Mechagodzilla because we already knew that was a thing. And we thought
they
that
went full...
there were still too many people.
They went full, you know.
But I thought, they had the people, but the people did a good job about explaining how Godzilla got there. We were worried that was going to be like that underground hive, whatever it was, that bought the skull at the end of... Monarch, yeah.
That would have made more sense.
Monarch's enemy, whatever that guy was.
Monarch's enemy. But how would they have been able to afford to build a Mechagodzilla?
How could they afford to have Kong in a fake Skull Island on Skull Island?
Yeah, that was like,
why?
What?
Why is he in this fake Skull Island?
But that didn't make sense because she said early on that if we open it up to the outside world, Godzilla will hunt him down because
it has shielding. Like it has.
Well, that also doesn't make any sense.
No. There's cave drawings of Godzilla fighting Kong. They know that there's this battle between the Titans and has always been. So in the people's minds, they're protecting King Kong from Godzilla by shielding him inside the dome.
Inside the Thunderdome.
The only thing that really made sense about this movie is that King Kong got his ass beat.
That's the only logical thing that happened.
The rest of it was just like shit just happens.
I mean,
I enjoyed it, but it was very forgettable.
For sure. There was the only point that I thought about it is if you compare it to the older movies, I mean, there's literally there's no thought to it. It's just them smashing their faces into buildings, where in the older movies, it's kind of like punch counter punch, where you get, Mechagodzilla starts shooting laser beams, and then the other dude reflects the laser beams back, and then you get, he starts shooting missiles. So it's like, it was like move, counter move, and this was just like, let's smash monkey face.
And then King Kong needs his super axe.
Why Godzilla drilled through the center of the earth? How that was even possible? And then they just totally forgot about the upside down place. And dude,
yeah.
And they went back. They went back to the upside down place.
Hollow Earth.
Yeah, they were back in Hollow Earth at the end. Kong went back to Hollow Earth. That's where the remote facility was set up.
Godzilla. In the second movie, it's the third movie. In King of the Monsters, they literally nuked Hollow Earth, and it was a completely different type of Hollow Earth. And then they were like, "Oh no, this is a new Hollow Earth."
Oh yeah, that's right. Because Godzilla went into like his Hollow Earth little
cave in Hollow Earth.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was Hollow Earth or just like one of like the ancient underground ruins or whatever.
It specifically said that they had to go through.
It was part of Hollow Earth. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. It wasn't because the guy took a sub to the one, and that way that dude did not take a sub to the center of the Earth, because that's what Hollow Earth is. It's not like an Earth with a magma core. It's an inside Earth.
It has a
the
core, but
so in Godzilla 3, when they nuked Godzilla to bring him back, that was just like an ancient city. That wasn't the Hollow Earth that they were in.
I don't know.
Yeah,
none of it
makes any sense.
None of it really made much sense.
It's like 4 different reboots of the same movie. Like none of it makes much sense. They even said the people complain because there's no after scenes credit, and they're like, well, we don't know what to do next. Can someone tell us? Like somebody write in and tell them what they need to do because they have no idea. They literally have no idea what to do next with these guys. They just like nod at each other at the end, like, yeah, don't kick my ass again, there, Godzilla. Because you really did. Peace, bruh.
And there are a ton of questions like where did the axe come from? Made out of a Godzilla spine. So were there other Godzillas before this one? What happened to?
It's pretty clear.
Clearly, they said that. They've said it several times.
Yeah.
Because the Mutos were birthed out of an ancient Godzilla. So that's a thing.
All right. So yeah. I mean, you know what? For what it could have been an absolute piece of garbage. I like this one.
It was okay. It wasn't great, but like just turn your brain off.
And it's check your brain at the door. This is a popcorn flick, and it's a better popcorn flick because it's got the sound and the noise and the colors and all the fun stuff to keep people entertained, and that's what we want is to be entertained.
I will say it kind of puts an exclamation point on the fact that people, because it did really good in the box office and it did really good on HBO Max. And it puts the exclamation point on people just want to be entertained. They don't want modern politics and things. Get woke, go broke. Don't do any of that. Just give us monkey punch, especially in the age of superheroes where everything is superheroes. You get to see a disaster film with Monkey and Godzilla. So because there's stuff you could break down and be like, oh, this didn't make sense. None of it made any sense. The plot was threadbare thin. Like the only reason Millie Bobby Brown was in it was because her famous? And the podcast Maniac managed to survive because no one bothered to look in their general direction. Like, come on.
Yeah, that was and I love how they fixed the Mechagodzilla problem at the end. They're like, let's just pour whiskey on it.
Yes, that's how they're going to.
You know what? I did like though when they had the bad guy, whatever his name was, the boss of the company, was having his speech, and Mechagodzilla tore his ass up, and the guy was like, "That's not fair. I want to hear the rest of that speech."
Look, it was amusing. But it's very forgettable. I didn't even really like the Mechagodzilla design. Like, it was okay. It wasn't great.
Daughter was super hot though.
Oh yeah, that chick. I don't know who she is.
And I love.
She was hiding her. She strapped down them sweater puppets.
But the way she died was just funny. It was just no, crush.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah,
I mean, you knew that was coming.
It was great. I think it was good.
Why
I thought
was
it was good
Alexander Skarsgård even in that?
He was the homeless Hollow Earth scientist.
Like what?
Yeah.
There was no reason. There was literally, they should have just taken out all of the actors and just been like, I wasn't trying. Monkey.
What would be good is if they did kind of like the the Man of Tomorrow cut that Ben was talking about with Batman vs Superman. If they just did a monster cut and took all the monster fighting scenes with like minimal story and spliced it together through all the movies.
No, here's what they should do, because the internet janitor already did this. They should intersplice the
Jared Leto Joker.
No, not Jared Leto Joker. They could do that. That would actually be interesting. But what they should do is was what he did was intersplice the Batman versus Superman dialogue with Godzilla and Kong.
Oh my God.
Did you say Martha? It's pretty good. He did a good job.
That would be,
check that. He's
that would
pretty
be pretty good.
Yeah. I actually am now thinking we should take the footage and re-splice in Jared Leto Joker with all the Kong and just not have them fight, but just
Doc is about to unsubscribe if we keep talking about Godzilla versus Kong.
Every time we go to reviews, Doc starts yawning. I mean, come on, bud.
Yeah, come on, Doc. The show is called Our Reviews Will Kill You. We can move on to the next one because there's just not much to say. It was fun.
I recommend watching it for sure.
Yeah, catch it. It was fun.
It's just not like amazing.
The Irregulars is about Scott's bowel movement.
Yeah.
So.
I have no idea what this is.
Make a bowl of popcorn, grab a whiskey, sit down, watch that, and when you're done that, you can go over and watch The Irregulars. Which
why are you watching YA shows?
Amazon Prime, I think it was.
I don't know, but it's YA. So please explain why you're watching this.
I honestly don't actually remember what platform this was on, but it's a take on Sherlock Holmes. It's a take on a Sherlock Holmes story where part of the storyline, the guy who originally wrote Sherlock Holmes would take in the street rats and teach them how to solve crimes and help him and assist him in solving crimes. That's what The Irregulars is supposed to be. It's supposed to be the downtrodden of England, the street, the homeless, helping Sherlock Holmes. It's on Netflix. Thank you, Jay Bird. Solve crimes.
It's a stretch.
This is
It's rotten.
This is not Sherlock Holmes, and
It's a young adult drama. So why are you watching this?
It doesn't pay any respect to Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson. It's not
Are
Robert
they
Downey
even
Jr.
in
and
it?
Jude Law. It's not Benedict Cumberbatch and Martin Freeman. It's you know what it is? It's Sherlock and Dr. Holmes are secondary characters in this.
What?
There's no one famous in it.
There's
The
not
show
one
the
famous
show
person.
follows these 5 characters as they're getting into supernatural mystery.
Getting into mischief.
You know what it is? If you enjoy BBC shows, if you enjoy British shows, you're going to enjoy this one.
Apparently
Knowing-
not, because the average
knowing-
audience score was 52%.
Yeah,
And
the
I
tomato
think-
meter was 77.
And I think the reason they hate it so much is because it didn't do much for Sherlock Holmes. It made Sherlock Holmes look like a complete piece of garbage, which in this show he was.
How's
the
he a
show-
piece of garbage if he's helping out homeless children?
Because he wasn't, because that's not how the story went. It's based off of that premise, which was a premise in Sherlock Holmes that he would, teach homeless children to solve crime to help them out.
What Sherlock
and
Holmes
then
are
he would
you
ta- and then
watching?
and then he would take all the credit. That's an old Sherlock Holmes premise in the books and novels. This show
I don't.
this
insert
show
all
does
of
not do
Conan
that.
Doyle's novels.
This
He
show, yes, it
used
was.
old
Do the
homeless
research.
little
Do the
homeless
research. You
children.
should look it up. Do the research. I invite you to
Fake
do your own
news.
research. Check it out and
You've never
learn.
read a Sherlock.
I don't
Holmes
have time.
book
I
in
don't
your
have the
life.
time. I don't have the time to explain to you why you're wrong.
What's
So-
the author's name again?
Sir Arthur Conan Doyle.
Sir Artie Conan Doyle's.
Sir Artie. So Artie wrote these books. All right.
Corn dog
Arthur Corndog
Doyle.
O'Doyle rules. All right.
So this is a British show, right?
BBC.
Yeah.
Yes, it's BBC. It's a fun show. It's one where like, okay, so
For you.
I can tell you why it's not a bad show is because when I turned it on after our show last Friday. We wrapped everything up. We did our post show, and I closed down the computer and turned on this show.
And you turned your brain off.
And next thing you know, it's 6 a.m. the next morning, and I'm finishing this up. So it's enough to keep your attention. It's enough to keep watching and go through it. It does not make Sherlock or Dr. Holmes, Dr. Watson look good. It does not make them look good at all. Shut up, Seer. I'm not talking to you.
The critics liked it, so that's a little
but
weird there.
But it
Scott.
is. It's if you go in this, if you're going this thing, you're going to be watching a Sherlock Holmes show. You're going to be disappointed, which were a lot of those negative.
But if you want to
reviews
watch
come from.
dirty homeless Victorian children, this will be right up your alley.
But if you want to watch an actually good BBC show, Afterlife on Netflix with
No,
Ricky
only
Gervais.
like a 10-year-old show. But
Yeah.
that's okay.
It's from 2019.
All right, 10 years old.
Yeah. We're going to review it eventually.
No,
Yeah, we are.
So
I'm
if-
not interested in your morbidly depressing show.
It's listed as a comedy.
It's not.
It is
So-
very much not a comedy.
All right, so we're not talking about that tonight, noob. So shut
No, we're
the
not.
hell up.
Cue into the storm.
You still want to keep talking about this show?
I'm
that
just
the-
here's I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna wrap it up right now. If you enjoy BBC shows, if you enjoy shows like Doctor Who and everything else, you'll probably enjoy this show. Don't go into it
Especially-
expecting a Dr. Watson Sherlock Holmes story because it's not. But it is a fun show.
But if you
like
like
it,
BBC,
watch it. It is. It's a good show, but it's not Sherlock Holmes. So don't come into it with expectations.
Oh, wait. Was that a Big Black Cox reference?
no,
BBC?
I said BBC.
Oh. I missed that. I thought you were
Why-
talking about Big
why
Black
is- Why
Cox.
is that the first thing you go to, noob?
I don't know. Big,
Oh my God! Of course he brings up. A
That makes
picture.
sense
Yeah,
now.
Now it makes the most
he's
sense.
big. He's black. He probably has a
Because
cock.
here's Dr. Watson.
Yep.
Okay.
So yeah, so it's a good show. Check it out. Go watch it. It's not bad. But
Tell us if
here's-
you hate it too, please.
Yeah, I'd like to know feedback because why did I stay up until 6 o'clock in the morning watching this? Probably because I like the
Because you
show
smoked too much Parmesan cheese.
and I was doing
Do you not get that?
Scott,
reference?
watch Afterlife and you tell me if you like that
and I was
better.
doing the cocaine. Wait, what?
Watch Afterlife. You watch that and tell me if you like that better.
All right, I'll
How
do
do you
that
miss
then.
an obvious Hunter Biden joke?
Wait, how was that a Hunter Biden joke?
Useless.
I wasn't listening.
Useless. Speaking of useless,
Q into the storm.
Oh my god, this. After 6 episodes of watching this, and
right,
I
so-
stayed up too late watching this myself.
So Z, so here's your goal is because I watched the first 2 episodes. We talked about the first 2 episodes. I did not finish this, so you have to tell me why I have to finish this.
Okay. Long story short is Okay, if you ever watch the documentary Icarus, right? That's the one about there's a bicyclist who wants to take PPE or like steroids to see if it improves his times, but he ends up uncovering the whole Russian doping scandal, right? It's a fantastic documentary. It's from a couple years ago. I recommend it. This is very similar in the fact that this guy, before QAnon became a thing, started following Q before it got really, really underway. And the final episode is interesting because the guy is at the Capitol during the mostly peaceful protests at the Capitol. So it's weird because he's at the Capitol when they're storming the Capitol, right? So he knew all the events.
So he followed the whole Q storyline and went there with them all.
So like the Q shaman, do you remember that guy? The guy with the horns and like the tattoos and his face is painted blue.
Oh yeah. The guy from the.
He's actually at a QAnon meeting like a year before it happened. So I guess he was part of the whole thing. Long story short is there's some like weirdo con artists who live in the Philippines who took advantage of a guy, and they, in my opinion, co-opted this Q thing and turned it into their own agenda. Because by the end of it, one of the people who's responsible for it, basically the owners of 8chan or 8kun, are they're essentially Q, and they've been riling people up with their weird, crazy theories for several years. In fact, the guy said he studied like intelligence for 10 years so he could get to where he was. And his whole goal was to teach other people to look at things the way intelligence agencies do. So now they're digging into, like, the problem is, and there's an interesting professor who goes, the problem with conspiracy theories is once you start believing them, sometimes you have a tendency to believe all of them. So then it just never stops. And
it is going down the rabbit hole, because once you go so far down the rabbit hole, you get lost.
That's the problem, because some of it's true. You know what I mean? Like, some of it is absolutely true, and then some of it is false. Like, people are saying today, right? There's a story popped up that in Newsweek, there's a big story, right? They're saying Alex Jones is right, and Alex Jones is a very controversial, kind of crazy figure who's part of this Q thing, right? Well, Alex Jones said that rich people were using young people and they're vampires and they're soaking them. They're using the blood of young people. And that's been a story that's been around. No, Alex Jones is still alive. That story's been around since like the Middle Ages, right? There was a countess who was slaughtering virgins and soaking herself in blood, and she was considered a vampire, right? So they're saying the same stuff now. But then Newsweek literally released an article about there's a Silicon Valley startup that is using young blood to infuse it with old people to make them young.
Yeah.
Right. So part of the story is right. Part of the story is true. But people then turn it into, Hollywood and all the other people are freaking vampires and drinking people's blood and blah, 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 blah. So it gets crazy, right? So that's where this Q thing is, like, it's all kind of manufactured. Even the guy that you see here. The saddest part is this guy, who the guy you see on the screen, who's the original founder of 8chan. He gets involved with these two miscreants who buy his website. It's a father and son. I forget their names, but it's not that important.
These are the guys that, like, this is the guy where, like, the dad owns the pig farm and
correct. They're the actual Q. They manufactured a bunch of this stuff, and basically Q was only posting on their messaging board, which was 8chan, until it got shut down. Well, 8chan and this guy here was the creator of it. He lives in the Philippines under Duterte, who's like the dictator president who's been nominated. And here's the two guys who are actually Q, right? That guy who founded it was messing with them because he got upset because there were shootings. Some of the racist shootings that went on around the world, like the New Zealand shooter, posted on 8chan, and then people supported him there. So people blamed 8chan, which really had nothing to do with it, but because it was also streamed on Facebook Live, but nobody ever talks about that. So anyway, the point is that guy starts going after them, and he starts quote unquote libeling them, like accusing them of stuff. Well, the dude's in the Philippines, where there is no First Amendment, there's no free speech protection, and here he founded a free speech board, right? So he comes under Philippines law, where if you libel somebody, if you cyber libel someone, the minimum sentence is like 6 years, and the guy's handicapped. And they're basically like, you're going to die if you go to jail there. So he has to flee the Philippines back to the United States, because he's actually a United States citizen.
This is insane.
Has to flee. You couldn't write how crazy this is. So it's a good documentary, but it's not very well put together, because the documentarian it puts himself so far into it that there's no real rhyme or reason, and he's very confused himself. So he kind of gets the big admission at the end where he figures out who Q is, and now people are suing these guys. But the whole thing is very strange. You couldn't write it. It's stranger than fiction. It's absolutely bizarre. It's good. It's not great. It's too many episodes. It's convoluted. I don't know that the documentarian truly understood where he was going with this when he started it. And he has a very clear angle on which he's writing from. But it's still fascinating. So watch it. I gave my spiel about it. I don't want to talk about it.
You know what?
Anymore.
With that, it does feel like, I do want to watch it now. After seeing that, knowing like it does go like insane with like storyline and like, like I kind of felt like sorry for that guy, the wheelchair bound kid who started 4chan and then lost 4chan because someone else took it from him. Then he did.
Well, he didn't lose it. They bought it from him. It wasn't.
And then he did 8chan and then couldn't do that. So the other guys got involved and brought him into what he thought was like going to be like this dreamland. And then now you're telling me he had to like flee the country.
He left his wife behind. Like it sucked. It's pretty. I mean, spoilers obviously, but we've been seeding this for like the past 3 weeks. But it finally ended this Sunday. So now the repercussions of the documentary are coming out, and people are going to start suing this guy. And I'm sure he's going to be brought in front of Congress because he basically lied to Congress saying he wasn't Q.
That's actually impressive that this guy who did this documentary was actually able to uncover everything, and it brought this all to light. Like completely uncovered all the lie. That's not bad.
It was kind of tongue-in-cheek how he discovered it. It was a little weird because basically he got the guy to sort of admit to it, but it's very strange. But if you look at all the pieces, it seems like this guy has been BSing them for the whole time. Like the whole time they kept saying, "Oh, I'm not Q," and they'll still say it to this day that they're not Q, but it seems pretty clear that they are.
Wow. Yeah, and you know what? Now that it's all out there, it's definitely bingeable. So you don't have to wait week to week. You can just keep going through and just keep rocking it out and get it done real quick. Nice and easy. So sounds like this is going to be a watch. Just to see how crazy the story actually goes.
It's like an 8 out. To me, it's an 8 out of 10 because it gets a little lost in the human drama as opposed to the facts of it. Because, again, like I'm saying, Alex Jones, who I don't necessarily agree with, but was deplatformed and taken off of every single platform, has been proven right several times. Now, what he says is an extreme version of what the truth is. It's a distorted version, but he's kind of right. Like it's weird that a startup literally just came out and said, like, yeah, we're going to give young blood to, our whole premise is giving young blood to old people to make them younger. There's like a microscopic gene that they're looking for, some crap. I don't know, man. It's crazy. It's just all very weird.
And all is, but you know what isn't crazy?
Can we drain Noob for his blood and then just...
My blood makes everyone young and ripe.
He is a universal donor,
That's
so
the
if you'd
problem.
like to steal his blood...
If we were to drain Noob of his blood and plant somebody else, they probably would shrivel up and die.
My blood turns people gay.
It's
the frogs.
Yeah.
He's a mighty fat.
So, as we do at the end of every show, Noob, you have some duties to pertain to.
Oh, shit.
You gotta do some
Step
duties.
up.
Thank you, all of our subscribers on Patreon. Joshua Burnett, a.k.a. Doc, a.k.a. Jaybird, a.k.a. Dr. Doc, and Alyssa F., a.k.a. Dr. Fresh. We need more subscribers. I need to blow out my voice more.
Oh,
Definitely, and we do need more subscribers so we can make Noob blow his ass out, his O-ring, blow his O-ring. I don't know where I'm going with this. But all the other subscribers you saw scrolling across the bottom of the screen there, do go out to our Patreon. We have content there for you, audio, behind the scenes pictures, and very soon some more videos, including our clips show, which will be getting released in the very near future. So check that out, patreon.com/ourreviewswillkillyou. You can also find that by going to ourreviewswillkillyou.com/links. And if you go to ourreviewswillkillyou.com/links, you're going to find all the other ways to find us, including our Instagram at ork_use, facebook.com/ourreviewswillkillyou. And if you're not already listening to us by podcast on Amazon Play, Stitcher, Spotify, or iTunes, you'll find us at youtube.com/ourreviewswillkillyou. And something else very cool, if you own a Roku player, you can go to Manugian Media Red. I was looking for the image real fast. I don't know where it is, but we are on Roku streaming live. All of our shows, our live shows, our Friday night shows are available at Manugian Media Red on your Roku player. So check that out, as long as some other good content on that channel. And
I vaguely remember doing a drop for Snow Dog Media.
Yep, Snow Dog Radio. We're getting played on. We're a couple different places. Manugian, we're going to go ahead and support a little bit more in the near future. And of course, everything you can find at ourreviewswillkillyou.com/links, including the store. Go there, the Patreon. I said that before. I'll say it again. Z, you want to go ahead and wrap this thing up?
Absolutely. The only way that we can grow this channel is by your support, by liking, give us that thumbs up. Also, share it with your friends. Sit them down. Force them to watch this. You will watch it. You will enjoy it, because we will make you laugh. Sometimes we'll make you cry. Sometimes we'll bring you crazy conspiracy theories. It's up to you. We bring the content. We also love your pictures and your input. We love it when you guys interact with us. So make sure you keep sending us your pictures. I think we have others that we have to find and share with everybody. So if you get our cool shirts or do anything related, please let us know. Maybe at some point we'll get a post office box. If you keep doing it, if you keep doing the thing where we do the Patreon, maybe we'll get a post office box and you guys can send us crazy things. And
I think we need to do that. I actually, this is a tease because I don't know if it's going to be official yet or not, but I might start getting like surprise care packages for me to open up and review and unbox. So that could be a fun thing. So we may be
no dicks in boxes. Anyway, from all of us here at Our Reviews Will Kill You, to all of y'all at home, we love y'all. And on to the next one.